Hey guys, this is going to be a video of the coolest stuff that I saw at the Intel booth at CES 2016. I would say by far the coolest thing they had there was the helmet made by a company called Daiquiri, which is actually a HoloLens on steroids pretty much. It's a helmet that is planned to be used in commercial settings or even in the military. They say it's blast proof and it actually senses infrared, and you can actually look around and it will project information in front of you just like HoloLens does, but it is much more precise and it has to be exact because the way they put it, if it's wrong in the environments it's going to be used, people may die, literally. So it is extremely accurate and it can do all sorts of cool stuff. In the demo you can see it sensing heat from the different pipes, and you can actually see the infrared image of the guy's hand as he's waving it around. And it's overall just an awesome device. I actually got to try it on as well, and it is pretty light. It pretty much feels just like HoloLens does, except in helmet form, and pretty comfortable actually. I didn't get to demo it where it shows any information, but I still got to try it on, and it was definitely one of the coolest things to see they had there. They were also demoing a product from Razer called the Stargazer, which is basically a webcam that has the Realsense technology built in to detect depth, so it could recognize and separate you from, say, the background or the chair, so you could actually separate and put yourself in the video while you're streaming without the use of a green screen or anything like that. To be honest, it didn't really look that good to me. The edges weren't that sharp and it kind of had trouble sometimes with the chair, but that might be a software issue. I think at this point a green screen is going to be hard to beat if you properly light it, but a lot of people probably don't want to have to go out and set up a green screen, so this could be a good in-between product for people who like to stream. Next, they had this delivery robot, and they said it would be used in hotels to deliver room service and that sort of thing, and they actually said it was being used right now in certain hotels in Los Angeles, I believe. Now, the cool thing especially about this is it is completely automatic. It can take it to anyone's room, it knows how to get there, and it can even go up the elevator. It can take the elevator itself, completely automatically find the person's room, bring whatever they wanted in a little compartment in the robot, and then go back. So that was definitely really cool. They also had some computer setup, specifically the Razer Core laptop, and most interesting next to it was the Razer Stealth external GPU case. That's right, it connects through Thunderbolt 3, which I don't believe is out yet, but Thunderbolt 3 is what it uses to connect to the laptop, and then you can use any external GPU, they said, and you can just plug it into the laptop and use that power and still have a really slim laptop if you want to be carrying it around without a big powerhouse when you don't need it. So that is definitely something I'm going to be interested in. I know Asus also had a similar external GPU case, but I didn't get to see that, unfortunately, but still this Razer one is something to keep an eye on. And I also briefly checked out a few Steam machines they had next to that same area where they were running a few games off of those. On the other side of the booth, they had a net setup where they were showing a demo of a drone flying around, and the good thing about this one was it will actually follow you and also use the Realsense technology to avoid any obstacles. Even if it's trying to follow you, if there's a pillar in the middle, like in the demo area, then it will actively avoid that pillar and make sure it doesn't hit it. So that was really interesting to see drones using that kind of technology, and I definitely think it'll be useful in drones in the future. Towards the back of the booth, they also had a car which appeared to be able to use some smart home technology in the video they showed, which allows you to automatically turn on and off lights even when you're in the car, pulling away, for example. And you could also control the climate of the car electronically through software, so that was also pretty cool. Scattered around the rest of the Intel booth, they had some other cool displays, such as a sculpture that would scan your face using the Realsense camera and then project it onto that statue. They also had a racing chair set up that would move around while you were driving, so it was like you're actually there. Not quite virtual reality, but still cool to see. Then they also had some sort of wave string display set up where you could pluck the strings, and towards the top of the screen. It would actually ripple when you plucked certain strings, so that was kind of cool. Then near that they had this sleep pod thing, not really sure what it did, but it was kind of interesting to see people sleeping there. I guess it was quite relaxing. And the final thing that I thought was interesting was this coffee maker they had, which they said you can control pretty much everything about the coffee you're making down to the acidity level apparently. So that was kind of interesting, and it makes it completely automatically, of course. So that pretty much concludes what I think is the coolest stuff from the Intel booth at CES 2016. I've got a few other booth overviews I will be making, so be sure to subscribe. Those will include LG, Sony, and Samsung. I'll put the link to my CES playlist right in the description, and you should have no trouble finding it. That way, once they're added, you'll be able to go right there and see them. So be sure to subscribe, guys, and if you enjoyed this video, like it. I would really appreciate it, and let me know what you think in the comments section below. I make new videos 3 times a week, so I think it should be worth it to stick around. So thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time. Have a good one.